Good morning, dear students. We were studied about the main transport system in India. Yesterday or the last session, we studied about the roadways and railways. In that, the advantages of roadways and disadvantages of roadways we studied. Few questions are relevant in this area. Mention two advantages and two disadvantages of road transport. Normally asking this question. Roads are not well developed in northeast India. Give reason question can be asked. And in railways are under public sector. Give reason. And why is road transport favored in the northern plains of India? Another common question from this chapter is, a good network of transport is of great help for the development of the economy. Why? These questions are relevant from this part. Today we are continuing with the next mode of transport, that is the airways. So airways are controlled by the civil aviation and it is responsible for the planning, expansion and implementation of schemes for an ordinary growth of civil air transport. Civil aviation is the responsible agency for planning and executing the air routes of India. And it includes safeguarding civil aviation operation, regulation of air transport services. Also, it is responsible for licensing of pilots, aircraft maintenance, etc. And air transport is the most recently developed mode of transport in India. The air transport was nationalized in 1953 in India. The Airport Authority of India, or AAI, was formed in 1995. Remember, air transport was nationalized in 1953 and AAI, that is the Airport Authority of India, was formed in 1995. Airport Authority of India and the National Airport Authority of India was controlling and expansion of the and modernization of the Indian airports and terminal and cargo services of India. Some airport classifications we have to study. Airport classification includes three types of airports can be found commonly in worldwide. International airports are there, and domestic airports are there, and Pavan Hans Helicopters Limited are also there. International airport, foreign airlines carrying the international passenger traffic to India to the abroad, and from the Air India was the private operators operating within the country only. Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, Thiruvananthapuram, Cochin and Hyderabad are the main international airports. Domestic airports includes Bangalore, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Goa, Varanasi, Patna, Jaipur, Lucknow are the customs airports with the limited international operation, and the domestic airports are also here. Pavan Hans means it is providing the helicopter support service to the petroleum sector, including ONGC and Oil India Limited. So these are the three important types of or the classification of airports. Now, the advantages of air transport. It is the fastest mode of transport. You can write the same in your short note copy also. Second advantage is almost indispensable for the business people and for the defense also. They can depend on aircraft services. Recently, airfares are reduced. That is the advantage to travel. Air transport is the most significant in hilly regions, in border areas wherever the other modes of transportation is not reaching that area. Air transportation is important. Most important, northeastern region, Assam, Manipur, Nagaland, northeastern states, this mode of transportation is most important. Disadvantages of air transport. First of all, competition is there. Air transport provided comfortable but costly services are also there, and also lack of funds are there for the development of the air transport. Another problem, poor quality services it is providing. Some of the air companies are providing the poor quality and unaffordable by the common people. Its cost. Strikes are another disadvantage of this area. And problems also the same, we can understand that competition from the airlines are facing stiff competition from the foreign airlines. These are the disadvantages and problems. Another term, it is related with the airways, they are the Gagans. Gagans are launched on July 13, 2016. It is the India's satellite-based augmentation system, SBAS, and jointly developed by the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO or ISRO, and the Airport Authority of India. Now operational and can be used by the aviation industry. It's not there in your book, but you have to study this Gagan. It's launched in 2016. Its aim is to be air augmentation system is based jointly developed by the ISRO and by the Airport Authority of India, and can be used by the aviation industries of India. So this is also related with the airways of India. The benefits. Improved efficiency is the Gagan's benefits, and direct routes are also formed through the Gagan, and increased fuel saving. Approach with the vertical guidelines at runways are started with the Gagans. Significant cost saving and reduced workload of flight crews are the most benefits, and providing accurate navigation services over Bay of Bengal. These are the benefits of the Gagan services. Now the waterways. Waterways are the cheapest modes of transport. It is the fourth mode of transport in our country. After roadways, railways and airways, waterways are also there. Environmental friendly mode of transport it is, and suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. As its advantages also, you can write these points. 3 points are given. Means of waterways. Two groups are there. We can categorize into two: inland water transport and coastal shipping, coastal transport. Inland waterways includes the Central Water Transport Corporation, CWTC. Inland waterways are controlled by the Central Water Transport Corporation and Inland Waterways Authority of India, CWTC and IWAI. Please study this full form. Sometimes it will. Inland waterways are controlled by two authorities, CWTC and IWAI. And national waterways are also there. National waterways in India includes three important national waterways. National waterways number 1 is the Ganga River between Allahabad and Haldia is the national waterways number 1. Which are the three national waterways in India? Question is asking. Ganga, Allahabad, Ganga River in between Ganga River it is. Second one, it is the Sadia Dubri stretch of Brahmaputra river. One is in Ganga, second one is in Brahmaputra, and the third is in Kerala coast. It is the Kollam Kuttipuram stretch of West Coast Canal along western coast of India canal along Chambakara and Udamdal Canal area. These are the three important national waterways. National waterways number 1, 2 and 3. Now, advantages of water transport. Less maintenance cost is the first advantage, and it is cheapest among all the modes of transport. Useful for the bulky goods to transport through the inland waterways and also the coastal waterways. Helpful in defense purpose. And disadvantages are, first of all, slow speed is the most important comparison with the railways and the airways. Slow speed. Failure of the monsoon season. If there is no river is not having water, the water transport is not possible. More risky through the water ways, and floods are caused sometimes. Rocky areas it is not possible to travel, and diversion of river water is another problem. The deforestation causes the difficulties for the water transport. Now the major ports and the shippings. As you know, there are 7,617 kilometer long coastal areas with 12 major seaports are there in India, in the western side of India and the eastern side of India. 187 minor ports are there in India, and 95% of Indian foreign trade by volume and 70 by value, it is transported through the waterways only. With the major ports of India: Kolkata, Haldia, Paradweep, Visakhapatnam, Chennai, Ennore, Thiruthikkon, Cochin, Mumbai, Goa, New Mangaluru, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust are the major ports of Kandla, also in Gujarat, are the most important ports in India. Coastal shipping. India has the 19th rank among the countries with the largest cargo carrying fleet or the flight services. Fleet means the goods services with 7.07 million GT. Also 28 shipyards in India, in our country. 7 under central public sector and 2 under the state government sector. Shipyards are there. 19 under the private sector. Advantages of coastal shipping. These are environmental friendly and cheapest mode of transport. Fisheries depend upon the coastal shipping, and reducing the burden on rail and road transport system. Provides employment and promotes tourism. These are the advantages of the coastal shipping. You can write in a complete sentence as point wise I have given here. You can note down it. Lastly, capital investment is much less. Initial capital investment is less enough for the coastal shipping. Problems of Indian ports: not well connected with their hinterlands. Secondly, not well planned, lack facilities and are very congested. and heavy pressure on cargo container. The coastal fleet is aging fast, and imbalance in coastal traffic movement, slow handling of cargo and undue port delays are the problems which are facing. So these are the points related with the waterways and the airways. Here is also some of the most important questions are there. Few questions I can explain you. They are: mention two advantages and two disadvantages of inland waterways. Commonly asking questions, already I described in this module. Also, why is road transport of India considered more useful than rail transport? And why is there an increase of airway traffic in recent years? And why has the importance of inland waterways declined? Give two reasons. These are some of the questions which can be asked from these topics. So, this is the end of the 10th chapter, and one set of questions it is normally asking from this chapter is, as it is simple, you can go through this, and in next session we will be moving to the waste management chapter, and that will be your last chapter. Please prepare these chapters. Thank you. Have a nice day.